Hey guys, Jalees back here again, everybody. This is now part 3 of the top 100 superhero films. Let's start off from 50 to 25. The other ones are down below, so click on those down below. So let's finish this videos up. Part 3, there will be a part 4. This is from 50 to 25. Or 26. Number 50 of the top 100 superhero films, none other than The Punisher Warzone. Yes, this was technically this was another shot at making a Punisher film. And what can I say about this? Punisher Warzone, I absolutely love the guy that plays the Punisher. Here's the thing, I have not had a bad problem with any of the Punishers, the actors. Not the 1989, not the 1989 version, not the freaking Warzone, not Thomas Jane, and not the freaking guy right now that's from The Walking Dead and so many others. He's from Netflix Daredevil. All the Punishers I enjoy. The villains in this one, I enjoy. What I really loved about this film was how the Punisher it killed a mob guy who was actually an undercover cop. It weighs down more of the Punisher, what he has done. Is he bad? Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? He really gets to the heartstrings, and this freaking dang movie is so bloody violent. I love it for it. The action is awesome. The violence is awesome. They have a compelling story, and overall, it's one of the better Punisher films. For me, Punisher Warzone, I enjoyed number 50. Out of 100 superhero films, it's number 50. It's half right there. Could have been better, absolutely, but they had some bad actors that they put into be love interest, but overall, Punisher Warzone number 50. 49, I'm going to give to Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 was an entertainment mess. It's entertaining as heck. Introduction of War Machine, Shield, Black Widow. I like the hour and a half beginning of the movie where Iron Man is before the government. He wants a suit. He rejects them, and I just loved his dialogue between him and Justin Hammer. I love the guy who plays Justin Hammer. He's like that little brother of Tony Stark. Just like, I always want to be like you. I always want to be like you, and yeah, it just ends up bad for Justin Hammer at the end of this movie. Mickey Rourke's Whiplash, they gave him a half a script. I mean, they didn't. It really feels like the director only got half what he wanted to do. But overall, it's a hot entertainment mess. The middle goes downhill, but the end kind of saves it with the fight scene. Iron Man 2, enjoy the film. It's 49. 48, I'm going to give to Superman Returns. Poor Brandon Routh. That poor actor never got his career back up, only to this day, when now that he's on DC Legends of Tomorrow playing Adam. Oh, poor guy. I mean, Superman comes back from missing in action. He's come back to Earth, and the world decided, do we really need a Superman to save us? And in many cases, yes. And what I love about this film, it really shows how certain things have changed. Lois Lane has a child. She's has a husband. Clark Kent is Clark Kent is still trying to go back to his old life, but it's technically not his old life no more. He still works at Daily Planet, but he's been gone for a couple years. And we got I don't know, I want to say Heisenberg, but no. We got Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. Pretty dang awesome. He's very much like Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor, and overall, it's a very fun film in my opinion. Superman Returns is actually a good superhero film in my opinion. Really shows I really like the end about the father becomes the son becomes the father. I really love those things between Superman. And I think Brandon Routh did a good job. Just could have been a better dang film. Could have been a villain. Could have been a better film. But overall, Superman Returns, 48. Don't hate this film. Never will. 47, I'm giving to the Punisher 1989 version. The Punisher 1989 version, the one with no skull on his t-shirt, is my favorite Punisher film. Why? Because the actor just played a very realistic tone of a man who lost his family and doesn't really care about it. He's very zombie-like with killing all these people. He's cold, he's calculated. There's no quickie one-liners. There's no little moments. It's just straight-up cold revenge. Straight-up cold, hard reality of who this man was, what has he become, and now he's just a killer. Take your revenge for the people that ruined his life and the people that are continuing to ruin lives. And I just love this film. The Punisher 1989 version, to me, is very underrated. It's not the greatest dialogue movie moments of all time, but it does speak in a very realistic way of what the Punisher went through and what he continues to go through. Overall, I love the Punisher character, so yeah. Punisher 1989 is number 47 on the list. 46, I'm going to give to The Crow. This is from Brandon Lee's, Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee, who died in this film. Yep, another Bruce Lee's Bruce Lee's son died in this film, Brandon Lee, and I just feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for the entire dang family. But The Crow, number 46. What's The Crow about? A man is killed, his wife is raped and killed. He's resurrected, and he's seeking revenge upon the people that done this shit to him. It's a simple revenge story movie. I loved it. I enjoyed it. The Crow was freaking awesome and fantastic for its time. So yeah, 46, The Crow. 45, I'm going to give to Blade 2. Wesley Snipes is back as Blade. He has a group of mercenaries that are trying to take down this hybrid vampires that could technically end the world as we know it. And what is it really? Blade 2. It's just action, a good time with a lot of gore, with a lot of blood, and it has some great action scenes. I mean, the action scenes in this film were really, really impressive, and I enjoyed Blade 2 for what it was. I'm probably going to go back to this after this video because I want to see it again. Blade 2, from what I remember, this is a pretty dang good sequel to Blade 1. I enjoy it. It's not granted not as great as Blade 1 when Blade 1 had its origin story and all that stuff, but Blade 2 takes Blade to another country, fighting off vampires with a gang of people. And it's just a lot more collateral damage and a lot more crazy shit's gonna happen. So yeah, Blade 2, awesome. 45. 44, I'm gonna give to Ant-Man. Paul Rudd's Ant-Man. I enjoy Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. I like him as Scott. And Ant-Man has a problem of like the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe villains for them being one-dimensional. I mean, we get why Yellow Jacket's technically kind of evil. He's just a businessman who's technically it works for Hydra, and he's pissed off at Hank Pym for not fulfilling with him, not to work with him no more, and how Yellow Jacket was technically working with Hank Pym and is basically like a adopted son or like an apprentice to him. So yeah, I enjoy Ant-Man. It had a lot of funny moments, technically some stereotypical moments with the race stuff, but overall, Ant-Man is a fantastic. It was not a fantastic film, but it was a good time in the movie theaters. I enjoyed the fight scene between Falcon and Ant-Man, like Evangeline Lilly and Paul Rudd's chemistry with each other. I really enjoyed them, and I really enjoyed the actor that played Hank Pym. My mind's going blank on me for what was that actor's name. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the text right here. But yeah, 44, Ant-Man. 43, I'm going to give to The Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man for Andrew Garfield. I love Andrew Garfield's relationship with Gwen Stacy, played by Emma Stone. They have great chemistry with each other. I love the relationship between Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. Like the introduction of the Lizard. Granted, I believe the Lizard could have looked a lot better, but overall, you get an idea who Lizard was, why he's doing the thing what he did, how this virus slowly infects his mind. We get another origin story of Spider-Man. Did we need to see it? No. Did we need to see Uncle Ben die? No. Again, but overall, the main Spider-Man, pretty dang great, pretty dang good film. I enjoy it, and what else can I say about the main Spider-Man? It's just a feel fun, good time. It's very entertaining, and I like the end result. What happens to Gwen Stacy and her father and Peter Parker's relationship. Overall, Amazing Spider-Man, pretty dang good film. 43. 42, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Hellboy is back, and better than ever. Granted, I like the first Hellboy more, but Hellboy 2 was an entertaining, action-packed flick. Certain characters do not return, sad to say, from the first film, but we get the main guys, mostly. We get mostly the main guys. That one human character who was Hellboy's, guardian and all that in the first movie wasn't there, but in Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, a lot of action-packed scenes. The villains were pretty dang awesome. I like the brotherly sister dynamic between two characters, the villains in particular, but overall, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army is a pretty dang fantastic film, if I do say so myself. But it's technically people don't count it as a superhero movie, but I count it as a comic book movie, and this list is top 100 superhero films / comic book films. Sorry about that, guys, if you didn't know what it was. But yeah, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, number 42. 41, I'm giving to The Rocketeer. This is the straight up example of a corny ass superhero film. Take a realistic time where a guy just straps on a rocket and he becomes the Rocketeer. He doesn't rescue people. He fights technically a actor who's an undercover Nazi dude. Timothy Dalton's in this. Former James Bond is in this. He's a fantastic villain. I love it. It has this movie's over top with all raw corniness. It's laugh out loud some of the jokes and the lines, but it was awesome for its time, and it still is a pretty dang good film. I enjoy it. I bought it. It's 41 on my list. I enjoy it. So yeah, 41, The Rocketeer, awesome film. 40 is a Defender. If you don't know what Defender is, I just watched it off PlayStation. This movie stars Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson is a guy who's literally crazy. He's going around the street, and cops don't take him seriously. They're like, oh, this guy, okay, take his weapon away. You can't keep doing this stuff. They play with him because they feel like he's like a little kid. I don't want to call him retarded, but he is special needs in some way. But ultimately, the Defender is a guy who inspires people to do the right thing in this world. He tries to inspire people. He's not a superhero. He's just a guy that dressed up in a costume and technically fights crime. And he tries to do what he can. And granted, not all the time he succeeds, and sometimes he has a great relationship between this one construction work that he works with. The Defender is actually a pretty interesting character, and I love Woody Harrelson's performance. And there's nothing else I can say about The Defender. Just see the dang film. You're going to enjoy it. It's a lot better than a lot of these dang superhero films. Loved it. 39, The Phantom. Another corny superhero film. Billy Zane is a guy wearing a purple outfit in Africa. Yep, he's a white guy wearing a purple outfit in Africa. Total corny, but totally awesome. Great picture. Great special effects. Great set. I really do enjoy it. It has this like Indiana Jones feel, and Billy Zane is perfect as a superhero. When he meets a former love interest, like she hasn't changed a bit, and he's all corny, like good boy double. Like he's getting attacked by some guys, and you see the chop, you see the those overly top. It's just awesome. I just love the Phantom. I love this version of Phantom, and it's just simply fantastic. I love Billy Zane's performance in this film. Sad to say, I wish it could go higher, but sadly to say it did not. But 39, The Phantom. 38, I'm giving to Hellboy. Yep, the first Hellboy. The origin of Hellboy. Why was he there? Why did he came into human contact world? Why does he smoke cigars? Why doesn't he have his horns on there? Who are these other people in this world? It's an introduction to a whole new world, and I never read a Hellboy comic. And when I saw the movie, I watched it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to put it on the list. Gonna buy some comic books. I still have it on the list. I'm still saving up. Gonna buy a whole bunch of comic books of Hellboy. This movie was awesome. It got me into the Hellboy world. I'm interested to all these characters. The villains, in my opinion, were a little bit kind of weak, but it's just so great because of, I'm not sure what the actor's name that plays Hellboy. I think it's Ron Perlman. I'm not sure. But the actor that plays Hellboy, he's the main star of this entire movie. Again, a movie that is the main character. If you don't have a main character that is not good, the movie's going to fail. But you see this film, and I just loved Hellboy. I just absolutely enjoyed the shit out of it. So yeah, 38, Hellboy. 37 for right now is Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange. Let's just say this. He was a complete asshole at the beginning of this film. Later, he turns into a guy that you could see that is intelligent, smart, and in some cases tries to do the right thing better and tries to learn from the mistakes he's made and to prove to people that, you know what, I may be a dick, I may be an asshole, in many cases like Tony Stark, but I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to sacrifice something more for people. I like the introduction for the magic of this world. It's a whole new universe. I enjoyed the villain in this one. I don't think it's the great villain, but overall it's a pretty solid villain. And the introduction of this world and special effects were simply freaking amazing. And I will go back to this film. Again, it's one of the better superhero films for sure. But Doctor Strange, I believe, will get better on my list when I see it a couple times or they release it extended cut. Or I see the latest scenes. But yeah, Doctor Strange, don't know shit about the character, but cannot wait to know more. 37, Doctor Strange. 36, I'm giving to Unbreakable. Unbreakable with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. Bruce Willis is a guy who's freaking, survives every single disaster. He's nearly indestructible. He cannot get killed. He cannot get hurt. And what do I love about Bruce Willis in this dang film? It's a slow journey of finding out if Bruce Willis is a hero or a character. Samuel Jackson is a character that tries to motivate him, tries to get him to say, like, you are the hero, you are this person. And really, he doesn't really, like, put on a costume or fight crime. He's just Bruce Willis' character, and he's just unbreakable. The villain in this movie is very, very dang good. I find it very enjoyable. I really enjoy the realistic tone of this film. And what does it mean to be a hero? What does it mean to be a villain? Can one exist without the other? And yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of Unbreakable. 36 Unbreakable. Now, 30... hang on, guys. Reading the text right here because the family coming over. But, 35. Super. You know what Super is? The guy from The Office, Dwight Schrute. He takes on a red suit, takes a wrench, and shut up, crime. Someone has taken his girlfriend or wife. It's a drug dealer. Drug dealer comes to his house. He eats eggs in front of the guy. And very similar to Defender, even though I believe Super was first. Defender, it's a guy who is, I won't call retarded, but he is different. He is a different person. And what I love about this entire character, he goes to a comic book store, he gets all the comic book, we get the girl that plays Juno. I forgot, I want to say Ellen Page, but I'm not 100% sure that's her name. But she's there, the girl that played Juno, she's trying to coach him, like, okay, you need this stuff, and she's batshit crazy, and then she becomes his sidekick. It goes it's rated R for good freaking reason, and made me a little bit, like, emotional at the end. And this film, just like The Defender, is good fun. Watch it. Super 35. So, 34 is a definitely guilty pleasure for me. It's Batman Forever. Batman Forever with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Two-Face as Tommy Lee Jones. Val Kilmer as Batman, which was pretty dang good. Introduction of Robin was awesome. And this was a mixture of Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher. You could tell what was Tim Burton, you could tell what Joel Schumacher was, and Joel Schumacher technically directed this, but Tim Burton had a lot of elements to it. But Batman Forever is such a guilty pleasure for me. I laugh to this day about every single little corny joke there is. I enjoy this film. Granted, some people think it should be higher, but this is my own personal list and what it means for me, and what I will always go back to more. 34 is Batman Forever. Sorry, everybody, but that's my personal list. 33 is Blade. The origin of Blade. How was he created? His entire journey as a vampire. What ultimately is his destiny. We get this whole vampire, this vampire society that we're introduced to. How they're killed off. What do they do on their spare time? Why do humans protect them? 33, Blade. The origin story, awesome. 32 is The Incredible Hulk. This is Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk. I enjoyed the villain. I think Tim Roth's Abomination was awesome. I like his relationship, Edward Norton's character relationship with Betty. I just enjoyed those two characters together. I just love Bruce Banner and Betty's relationship. Granted, I believe they should have had it more in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and had Mark Ruffalo more with Betty, if anything, instead of freaking Black Widow. But The Incredible Hulk, even though it is connected to an MCU film, it doesn't feel really connected that much besides General Ross. But Incredible Hulk has some great action scenes, some great special effects. I loved the thing of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I enjoyed this film. Very entertaining, very much fun. I know a lot of people find it boring, but that's my personal list. 32, The Incredible Hulk. 31, and this is gonna give me so much hate. 31, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with the Green Goblin with Electro. Here's the thing. I love Jamie Foxx's Electro. I think he was fantastic as Electro. I enjoy his character arc. I do enjoy a little bit of Peter Parker, what happened to his parents at the beginning, but I think they should have ended off on that. I think they should cut that scenes away and focus more between Harry and Peter and their relationship. And overall, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, to me, had some great action scenes, great powerful messages. The ending was pretty dang awesome about the world needs Spider-Man, the world needs him, even though he's down and out, the world needs Spider-Man. And I love that about this film. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, there are definite flaws. I'm not going to say that. But it is still a very entertaining and a personal superhero film of my favorites. Obviously, it's a 31 out of 100. So, yeah, pretty dang good. Number 30, Deadpool. I enjoy the shit out of Deadpool. I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. He is freaking fantastic, hilarious. He never fails to make me smile or laugh. I mean, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool was absolutely freaking amazing. I loved it. I love Colossus in this version. I like this version of Colossus. Sorry, I was just paying attention to the door. But Colossus is a very interesting Megasonic T. James Warhead was awesome. Deadpool was just simply amazing. It's a simply amazing, fun film. The only weakness of it is this villain. The villain is terrible in my opinion. But overall, Deadpool, awesome. 29 is Batman 1989 with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Those two together have great chemistry. Jack Nicholson as the Joker was awesome. Michael Keaton as Batman was awesome. He's still my favorite Batman. I like him better than Christian Bale. I like him better than Ben Affleck, Val Kilmer, George Clooney. Nothing compares to Michael Keaton. Maybe Adam West. But Michael Keaton as Batman was awesome. Love the backstory between Joker and Batman, how they technically created each other. And yeah, Batman 1989, Tim Burton, thank you for making Batman 1989 because it was freaking awesome. I love it. Got it right there. Love it. 28, I'm going to give to XMen. The first XMen film. What can I say about it? Introduction to the entire characters. We get Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Halle Berry as Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey. And this was probably the best thing of a team-up that actually ever did. Loved Toad, loved Sabretooth, loved Mystique, even though I liked her a lot better than the other films. A great start, great stuff for Magneto, a great origin story for the team, and you couldn't ask for a better start for a superhero team. You really couldn't ask for a better start. 28, X-Men. 27, I'm getting to Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, minus the whole deaths of certain characters, if you all know what I'm talking about. The Hulk and Black Widow romance, shoot my eyes out, but Ultron was awesome. Ultron as a character was pretty awesome. He was like an evil version of Tony Stark. I just love the action scenes. I love the picture. The music was pretty good. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, my favorite version of Quicksilver. Like this version a lot better. Like the relationship with Scarlet Witch. Love the relationship between these two characters. Really love how the Avengers really grew into a family. Love how Hawkeye got more standalone moments. Love the Hulk in this movie. Love Iron Man. Love the Hulkbuster versus Iron Man fight. Love Captain America. It's a great good time. Avengers Age of Ultron, 26. And last on the list is number 26, Man of Steel. I don't care what people say. This is a great DC superhero film. This is one of the better superhero films for sure. And it almost made the top 25. But Man of Steel. This is a realistic stand of who Superman is. What he's been through. What he's been going on as a little kid. What he's been suffering as much. How he feels into this world. How he lost his father. Even though I'm not a big fan of how they killed off his father. A stance of where he is in life. About who the people are in his world. Zod, I enjoyed the Zod's character. I enjoyed the end. I don't care what they say about the controversial fight scene. This is a destructive movie. The fight scene was fantastic because Superman and Zod are two Kryptonians fighting to the death. It's a fight for the fate of the world. This movie makes perfect sense. Could Henry Cavill have been a better Superman? Absolutely. Could have gave him better work on Dawn of Justice? Absolutely. He's still not my favorite Superman character. Probably not a Superman actor, but he did a pretty good job. I didn't hate his acting. Thought it was pretty entertaining, spot on. Loved the flashback scenes. Granted, I believe they could have, there was a pacing issue in this film. If they just had, origin story, a little bit of flashbacks, and then fight scene, then have a flashback scene right in the middle of the fight scene. And when Superman's knocked out, or when he's going charging up and destroying this weapon that's falling down from the sky, they could have done a flashback scene, and then they could have done straight up the action scene. You need a break from all the action, and it took nearly a freaking hour for the action. it was non-stop action for one whole hour, seeing destruction, destruction, destruction. It was just simply a lot of destruction. But Man of Steel, I enjoy. Number 26, one of my favorite superhero films. I'm sorry, I know it's controversial, but 26 is Man of Steel. I enjoyed it. Granted, Dawn of Justice ruined the DC universe for me. And then Suicide Squad. Granted, I feel bad for the people who only had 6 weeks to make the script. So I still think this universe still has a chance. It's still, even though to me it's somewhat dead in the water because Dawn of Justice, but Man of Steel was a good start. It's not the greatest start in the world like Iron Man 1 was for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it was a good start. A very good start. So yeah, Man of Steel number 26. I'm going to end it off, everyone, right here. Part 4, 25 to number 1. Top 25 superhero films of all time. So everyone, subscribe if you like, disagree not mildly, comment down below, let me know, respect my opinion, I respect yours. Let me know what y'all think of this entire video. Alright everyone, I'm Lee signing off for you and everybody. Bye.